Hi everyone. Today we are going to about the top 10 authors of all time. So I have not given a list of honorable mentions this time because if I start talking about honorable mentions, it will be go on forever and ever. So we are just going to directly jump in into the top 10 list. So at top 10, on number 10, Rabindranath Tagore and Premchand. So Rabindranath Tagore, Indian author who has got a Nobel Prize in Literature, and he writes very good stories, very great characters, and his prose is also very good. So for those reasons, you should read Rabindranath Tagore. After that, you can talk about Premchand. Premchand tackles social mores and traditions very well. Like he shows you what are the things which are went wrong in the social mores of that time, what was wrong with the traditions of that time, and he shows you everything wrong, and he exposes those things very well. So for that reason, I like Premchand. So number 10 is Rabindranath Tagore and Premchand. So number 9 is George R.R. Martin. George R.R. Martin writes Grimdark, which means it's a bleak world and killings take place all the time. There are machinations and manipulations, and even the good guys don't survive. So you have to have very good brain, you have to have very good smarts to survive in this world. He has created a whole different world, and it's very complex characters and very complex storytelling. So I like this style of writing. He has very good prose too. He has written a lot of different genres. If people don't know, actually, he doesn't just write grimdark fantasy. He writes in multiple different genres like science fiction, etc., etc. So you should read all his books and stories because he writes very well stuff. So number 9 is George R.R. Martin. Now number 8 is Stephen King and Neil Gaiman. Stephen King and Neil Gaiman both are versatile masters of different genres. They write in different genres. Although Stephen King is known for horror and Neil Gaiman is known for fantasy, but they write in different genres. So that is one thing which is very similar to them. Stephen King is a master of horror. So he writes horror like nobody else. He has written the most number of horror books, and he still is not slowing down. So he writes horror in ways which people can't understand. He writes it in his own way, and he writes it very inventively. His characters are very complex and very interesting. The horror in that, the evil of people, the evil of the beings, supernatural beings, is too much. You just have to read them to know about it, that this also can be possible. So that is Stephen King. And Neil Gaiman has written also in multiple genres like mystery, fantasy. His Sandman series consists of all those things: mystery, fantasy, horror, everything all in one. And he has written other things also, other books. So his books are also very interesting and very good. So you should definitely read Neil Gaiman and Stephen King both. They are both very good writers. Now at number 7, we have another two writers, Frederick Forsyth and John Le Carre. So both are in a spy genre, although Frederick Forsyth writes things in a real life scenario way, and John Le Carre is more like spy genre. He also writes real life scenarios, but it's more fictionalized version. But this is Frederick Forsyth writes more real life scenarios, and people, even the spy people, take notes from his books. So Frederick Forsyth is very interesting writer. A lot of his books are very imaginative and very turn-up-page writing. So you should definitely read Frederick Forsyth. And John Le Carre, he has books like Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy and all those things. A lot of his books have been turned into movies too. So you should definitely read John Le Carre. He is very good writer. And even though both of them have now stopped writing books, but I hope somebody else comes and takes their baton. because they were two great, wonderful writers. So now we go to number 6. Number 6 is Isaac Asimov and Michael Crichton. So these are two science behemoths. Isaac Asimov is a really great writer. He has written almost 500 books, and all of his books are science fiction and very interesting books, very groundbreaking books, very inventive books. And Michael Crichton has written uh, very technologically new books, how technology can go wrong and all that. Those books he writes normally. So these two are very great writers. You should definitely pick up books from them. And there are lots of books you can pick up, so you'll go on for a long time. So these are two science fiction writers I put at number 6. Number 5 is J.K. Rowling and Terry Pratchett. I think everybody knows from Harry Potter. So she's very well known for Harry Potter, and those Harry Potter books are very interesting, great for if you're a child, and even if you are an adult, they are very good books. So they're very interesting books, very clever, very imaginative. There's a lot of world building. The characters are very deep and complex, very real life characters, you can say. And the stories are very interesting with a lot of plot twists and all that. So you should definitely read Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling. And Terry Pratchett, he has created this world. So he has infused fantasy with humor. So these books are very interesting and very clever. These very witty books and very inventive books. You can't imagine if you read one book, you can't imagine that the next book will go in the same way. It won't go in the same way. It will go in a completely different direction. So all his books, all 60 of his books are very interesting. They go in different directions, and he just has fun with it. And he takes us on rides which we didn't even know existed. So it's a pity that he has expired. I don't know if we'll get another Terry Pratchett. His show Good Omens is there if you want to get a taste of TV show out there, and he has a lot of other TV shows also based on his books. So you should go through those things. You should read his books, very interesting books. So this is number 5, J.K. Rowling and Terry Pratchett. Number 4 is J.R.R. Tolkien. So J.R.R. Tolkien is known for Lord of the Rings. He is considered to be the father of epic fantasy, if not fantasy. So epic fantasy is the genre in which there's sprawling amount of landscapes and worlds, and sprawling amount of genres and races and all that. So all those things J.R.R. Tolkien was famous for. In his Lord of the Rings, he has created vast amount of races and vast amount of worlds to explore. And his stories and lore is so deep. People are still creating shows about him till now. So he has had a huge influence on people, on writers. People still ape his writing and his stories. So I put him as number 4. Number 3 is Agatha Christie. Agatha Christie is known as the Queen of Crime or the Dame of Crime. She is known for her mystery fiction, her crime thrillers. And I should tell you that there are, I think, more number of adaptations of her books than any other author. And her books are very interesting. They have the greatest plot twists and very colorful characters, and each book is different from the other, so you always find something new in each book. So those are the reasons you should read J.K. Rowling, Agatha Christie. Number 2 is Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Arthur Conan Doyle is known as for Sherlock Holmes. So you all know Sherlock Holmes is the most adapted character in mystery. He has the most interesting stories. It is not about murder mysteries all the time as like Agatha Christie, but it has all variety of mysteries associated with him. That's why he's more famous than Agatha Christie. But they are pretty good, and Sherlock Holmes you should definitely read. There are lots of stories written by Arthur Conan Doyle and posthumously written by other people, which are there, which have not been adapted to the movie or TV. and you should definitely read those because there's a plethora of things to read, and you'll be amazed and your socks will be blown off by them. And lastly, number one, I gave to William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare is known as the father of literature, even though I'm pretty sure he's not the first person to write literature and stories. But his stories are so vast and amazing. His plays and characters are so interesting and so vast. I mean, and so varied. Even George R. R. Martin's Game of Thrones is based on so many things about Game of Thrones is based on William Shakespeare's writings like Richard III, Edward, King Edward, etc., etc. So you should definitely read William Shakespeare because he has inspired so many writers, and his books are considered to be classics. And you should not just read the basic ones; you should read the whole thing. Go to a bookstore and buy a complete works of Shakespeare and read all of them. You'll be amazed at what kind of books you'll find. Only some are very famous, but you should read all of them because there's a lot of things. As I said, even George R. R. Martin was inspired by William Shakespeare's books. So there's a lot of inspiration there. If as a writer, as a reader, you'll both find very different inspirations from them, and you'll find two things you like in both of them, and you'll be amazed by the world of William Shakespeare. So this is my top 10 authors of all time. Hopefully you like them. If you like this video, press the like button, subscribe, and press the bell icon for more updates. Thank you very much.